Good day and welcome to today's edition of the Sport Rep Show. My name is Limpa Mubetami, your host. Now, today's show will look at, just some of the happenings in the local circles, as well as Spotify, which is the youth segment with Brian Monango, as well as international news with Ari Hougaard. Now, to get the show started, let's get into today's hit list. Five members of the dismissed Namibia Sports Commission, board members represented by lawyer Norman Chombe, want an apology from Sports Minister Agnes Shongarero. The latter, however, says she has consulted her lawyers on the way forward. Now, Tuesday was D-Day, in which the Minister of Sports was to apologize to five members of the Namibia Sports Commission for defamation and embarrassment. The members, namely Chairperson Joel Matthias, Linda Dumba Shikalu, Karen Moponiwa, Thomas Mbili, and Niklaus Nukumunu, who were all appointed as commissioners to the NSC from 13th June 2019, approached Chombe to clear their names. Shongarero confirmed that she received the letter and submitted it to her lawyer. Well, last week, Shongarero dismissed the NSC board, stating that they were subordinating and ignoring her directives. Now, moving forward, the Namibia Football Association officially launched its first ever strategic plan for women's football in the country on Wednesday. The 4-year strategic plan was launched by the acting director of sport, Erwin Njavera, on behalf of the Minister of Sport, Agnes Shongarero, and it seeks to carve a new path for the development of women's football. Now, speaking at the launch in Windhoek, chairperson of the FIFA Normalization Committee, Bessie Wirab, said the strategic plan will serve as a guide for the NFA and the stakeholders in women's football on how to develop women's football through 5 pillars in the next 4 years. Namibia's senior cricket team, the Eagles, will face Hong Kong in 3 50-over matches at the United Fields in Windhoek from the 5th to the 12th of June. This will be the 4th competitive competition to be hosted by Namibia in 2022. In addition, the Pupkewitz Nissan has stepped in as a sponsor of the Namibia Rugby Union by making a vehicle available for use by the NRU's Chief Executive Officer, John Haynes. The handover of the Nissan Navara double cab serves to show that Pupkewitz Nissan is looking to build a long-term relationship with Namibian rugby. The marketing manager, Claudia Israel, said, Pupkewitz, she rather had good words to share, as well as Pupkewitz Nissan's dealer principal, Janssen van Rensburg, said that we believe it is important for the private sector to support Namibian sport and the country in general. So just check out this video of what happened at this handover.
Nissan Navara was launched September last year that we got from Namibia, and I must say it is a great privilege to be part of this prestigious event, and moving forward we hope that we will have more of these. And like Mr. Yasi said, it's very important for the private sector to be involved in sports. And I feel over the years, our sports has been growing, but we obviously need to encourage those that are able and willing to be more supportive of our sport industry, so that we can build the future and, in this sense, also promote our brand. To speak more about the vehicle, we have seen a lot of them on the road. We have been really doing good, and for us to have you in the vehicle it's all the honor that we can ask for, honestly. In a short while, we'll show you the vehicle, we'll see the features, but you can also visit our Facebook page and our website, where you can find out more information, and you're always welcome to do a test drive. We've got wonderful salespeople here that will give you excellent service.
Thank you. I believe we're not going to wasting time before my voice leaves me, that we can reveal the wonderful vehicle.
Let's do it.
Can we do that? I would ask you and Mr. Van Vogel and allow me to do that, I will do the interview. I will be spending more time with the vehicle, that's for sure.
Right. It's just a small gift from Plaza.
Thank you. Thank you, Claudia.
Comes with the vehicle. Yeah, let's quickly pull it out.
Just introducing Manfred, our service.
Hi, my name is Manfred. I'm a secretary at Kukulit Lesson. You guys are welcome at Kukulit Lesson. We are quite very proud to be part of the Namibian Heritage Team.
Thank you very much. Wonderful, thank you. And the big moment. Image. Het mij hard geworden. So if you see me driving past and smiling, just for good reasons, no?
Respect you.
He was.
John, it's the keys. And yeah, I'm looking forward to a great relationship with Namibia.
Definitely, yes. Wonderful. Enough photos, please.
You want to get in the car already?
I will take my time to get there.
NBA Africa and KFC Africa launched, or rather announced, a marketing partnership that will see NBA Africa and KFC Africa collaborate on a number of promotions and activations for basketball fans across 8 countries on the continent, namely Namibia, Botswana, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Kenya, Nigeria, Senegal, and Tanzania. Through the partnership, KFC Africa and NBA Africa will launch co-branded product campaigns, limited edition merchandise giveaways, and limited edition KFC and NBA promotions, including the opportunity for basketball fans to win tickets to live NBA games in the US and complimentary access to NBA League Pass, the league's premium live game subscription service. Additional details about the promotions will be announced at a later date. Namibian athletes Hilalia Johannes, Thomas Reinhold, Josiah Matthias, Simon Paulus, Zakaria Tangeni, Daniel Paulus, and Cornelius Nkelayandele are in South Africa getting ready for the 21 kilometers ASA half marathon, which will take place in Eastern Cape on Saturday. Best of luck to the athletes. And with that, let's head to a quick break. Once we return, we cross over to the Zoom In segment of today's show. The brave warriors of Namibia have a date with Burundi on Saturday in Johannesburg in the Africa Cup of Nations qualifier match. Namibia is in Group C with Burundi and Cameroon. Kenya is out of the group as they have football politics. So Namibia stands a great chance to qualify if they beat Burundi home and away. Here is the team captain, Pietro Chitembi, speaking about the upcoming match. right after we cross over to the youth segment, which is Spotify with Brian Monango.
Hi P.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good,
we
thank
missed you.
Missed you too, yeah?
So how's Malaysia?
Pretty good, warm, but yeah, lovely to be that side.
How's the club?
Pretty good, I must say. Started a bit slow, but we gradually picking up momentum now. Had a bit of a break, so yeah, but everything was good.
Oh, so the last time you played for the national team was in 2020, if I'm right?
Yes, November,
That's a long time ago.
100%.
So how do you feel being back and all?
Excited, really stoked to just be within this kind of familiar fold again, you know, being around the boys. I miss that, you know, that family feel. Yeah, a whole year out, obviously challenging. You know, it wasn't the best, I would say. It was one of, I think, the worst times of my footballing career. And being here, you know, it's just a massive blessing and really something that I'm grateful for.
What was wrong?
I had an ACL, tore my ACL. That's the knee, all my ligaments. So I had to rehabilitate for like a year. It takes that long, between 6 months and a year. So I just needed to be safe. I took a bit of, you know, a longer period. So when I come back, I don't have any other complications. Yeah, so basically that, I had to go under the knife, and it was a really, really daunting process.
So you're back now and we can expect you in the Burundi game. Hi P.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good,
we
thank
missed you.
Missed you too, yeah?
So how's Malaysia?
Pretty good, warm, but yeah, lovely to be that side.
How's the club?
Pretty good, I must say. Started a bit slow, but we gradually picking up momentum now. Had a bit of a break, so yeah, but everything was good.
Oh, so the last time you played for the national team was in 2020, if I'm right?
Yes, November,
That's a long time ago.
100%.
So how do you feel being back and all?
Excited, really stoked to just be within this kind of familiar fold again, you know, being around the boys. I miss that, you know, that family feel. Yeah, a whole year out, obviously challenging. You know, it wasn't the best, I would say. It was one of, I think, the worst times of my footballing career. And being here, you know, it's just a massive blessing and really something that I'm grateful for.
What was wrong?
I had an ACL, tore my ACL. That's the knee, all my ligaments. So I had to rehabilitate for like a year. It takes that long, between 6 months and a year. So I just needed to be safe. I took a bit of, you know, a longer period. So when I come back, I don't have any other complications. Yeah, so basically that, I had to go under the knife, and it was a really, really daunting process.
So you're back now and we can expect you in the Burundi game.
Thank you very much, Limba. Good day, viewers. My name is Brian Manango, and here on Spotify is where we focus on what the youth are busy with in sports. Let's take a look at what our youth are busy with this coming weekend. But before we jump into that, Sibusiso Angula of Rubenstein Chess Academy was crowned the winner of the just concluded 2022 Oshana Open. The 7-round event took place on the 28th of May 2022 at the Namco Center in Ongwediva. 13-year-old Sibusiso obtained a perfect score of 7 out of 7 in an impressive run. He has beaten current women champion Rawa Mulisa in round 5. And in the deciding round 7, Sibusiso walked away with bragging rights by out-seating former Namibian national champion Penda Frans Dennis. An amazing performance by the 13-year-old, of course. Very good news from the African Championship that will be taking place in June. A group of 15 athletes received a sponsorship of 400,000 from the Namdia Foundation ahead of the 2022 African Championship, which will take place in Mauritius from the 8th to the 12th of June. That is, the likes of Sade de Sousa, Nandi Vas, and Dawana Haitembu make up the team. Here are the three speaking about the preparations. Take a listen to this.
Nandi, Mauritius, first time in Mauritius. How do you feel about the upcoming African Champs?
I'm very excited. This will be my first time competing in the African Champs. I will be doing the 400 and I'm prepared for that. I'm prepared to do my best.
All right, so maybe just talking about the preps, with the coach, the team, how has that been?
It's been good. The team is good. We are working well together. And as for our team managers and the team leaders, they've been good so far and they know what they're doing to get us ready.
All right, thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you.
So Tawana, the African Championships are coming up. Maybe just take us through the preparation. I mean, are you excited? How are you feeling?
So far the preparations have been going quite well. We are ready to execute and I'm feeling quite honored to be representing the country in the 4x100 meter relay, and so far the training has been going good and we're looking forward to putting up a good performance.
All right, now just speaking about some of the athletes, like you ran alongside the likes of Christine and Beatrice, and obviously now they are out of the team due to injury. Do you think that affects maybe the team in any way?
I mean, they are one of our strongest, so we have to acknowledge the fact that them not being there is a bit, but I still believe and have faith that the current team will be able to put up a good performance as well.
All right, okay, so to the people that are watching, the people that are obviously supporting you guys, is there maybe a message?
I just like to thank you guys for the support and I hope that you guys will be with us throughout the whole journey. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much and best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, yes, it is. So you've been away from the track for a while. You're back. How does that feel?
It feels good to be back. It's been a long 3 years dealing with this injury. But gradually and slowly coming back, it's a good feeling, to do something that I genuinely enjoy.
All right, so the preps, you're training with the team, how has that been?
Training with the team has been good. We have a lot of chemistry, we work well together, we communicate well too. So that gives me a sense of confidence in us that I feel like we will do good. And yeah.
Yeah, so maybe a message to some of the guys that are following you. I mean, what can they expect?
Don't expect much, but I do want to say thank you to everybody that has been rooting for me and that has been excited to see me compete again after so long. And that's really been my driving point. So yeah, thanks for that, guys.
Yeah, so just take us through some of the events that you will be taking part in.
I'm doing the 100 meters and the 4x1 relay.
All right, perfect. All right, so best of luck and we're waiting to see you on the track.
Thank you.
Well, hopefully our athletes can come back with a few medals from the outings. And with that, we move over to international news with Arya Ogat. Stay tuned.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with soccer news today, and it was a big game for Ukraine, still trying to qualify for the 2022 World Cup soccer tournament in Qatar. It was a qualifying game that they had to play against Scotland, and they beat Scotland by 3-1. Quite a significant performance by them, and that game was played in Glasgow. They're not in the World Cup yet. They now have a game on Sunday that they will play against Wales. So it's Ukraine that will play against Wales. The winner of that game will go through to the finals, to the 2022 World Cup finals in Qatar. It was quite a significant game for Ukraine after all the country's been through, and the soccer players have been through with the Russian invasion into Ukraine, and it was described as an encouraging evening, also top quality performance and also quite emotional. So it was a 3-1 win for Ukraine, and all to play for on Sunday. To continue with international sports news, some tennis news. Roland Garros, it's almost done. It's a finals weekend that's coming up. Saturday it will be the women's final, and Sunday the men's final. News from the tournament: in the men's draw, that is the semi-finals, will be played on Friday. In the one semi-final, it will be Casper Ruud that will play against Marin Cilic. He is from Croatia. And in the quarterfinals, it was Casper Ruud of Norway that beat Holger Rune of Denmark in 4 sets. And Cilic from Croatia, he came up against Andrei Rublev. It was a tight game, a very difficult game. It went to 5 sets, and it was 7-6 a tiebreak in the fifth set for Cilic to go through to the semi-final. Other semi-final on Friday will be Rafael Nadal trying to become a champion for the 21st time in majors, and he will play against Alexander Zverev. The women's side of the draw, it is number 1 seed Iga Swiatek that is still the favorite. Seeds number 2 up to seeds number 17 all out of the tournament. The highest seed beside Iga Swiatek is the number 18 seed, that is Coco Gauff, and she's playing in the other semi-final. So Iga Swiatek, she plays in the one semi-final against Daria Kasatsina. She is the 20th seed, and then Coco Gauff, the 18th seed, she will come up against Italy's Martina Trevisan, and that is the semi-finals in the women's draw. Now we continue with golf news on international sports news, and it is the LIV, the Golf Invitational, the controversial LIV Invitational of Greg Norman, the Saudi-backed tournament that is going to be played next week in England, the first of 8 tournaments. And news from the organizers are that there's been a field of 42 that's been announced that will play in the tournament. There's still 6 more players that needs to be confirmed to play in the field of 48. And some of the high-profile players that confirmed is Dustin Johnson. That was quite a surprise. He's a very highly ranked player playing on the US PGA Tour. Dustin Johnson confirmed that he will play, and also Sergio Garcia. The two of them, the only major winners that confirmed that they will play in the tournament next week. Lots of South Africans that will play in the tournament, and as predicted, or there was suggestions that Louis Oosthuizen will be one of the players. He did confirm that he will play in this LIV Golf Invitational. So it's Louis Oosthuizen, Charles Schwartzel, and also Brendan Grace, the 3 top South African golfers that will play in the LIV Golf Invitational. The PGA in the United States said the PGA Tour will sanction players that will compete next week, so it's not sure what the sanction will be. The same will apply for the players on the European Tour. Now, to finish today's international sports news, some rugby news, and good news for South African teams, that they will play in competitions. 5 South African teams will play in competitions next year that is in the United Kingdom in knockout tournaments. So the 3 South African teams have qualified for the Champions Cup. That is by way of their performance in United Champions League. That is the Stormers, the Sharks, and the Bulls. They will play in the Champions Cup next year. There's also a Challenge Cup, and the Lions will play in the Challenge Cup, and also the Cheetahs have been invited as the 5th team to also play in the Challenge Cup. So that's good news for the Cheetahs, who didn't compete this year in any international competition. So that's the international sports news for now. Hope you have a great sporting day, and we talk again tomorrow. All the best. Bye-bye.
Well, thank you so much, Brian and Ari as well. With that, we've come to the end of today's Sport Wrap Show. Please do catch us again tomorrow as we bring you a jam-packed show where you can, rather just, we'll take you through what you can expect for the upcoming weekend.